on the back half of the Pendleton, there were, a bunch of men who were still afloat. The front half of the Pendleton had sunk completely, and that's where most of the officers were. That's where the captain was, and all those guys died. And so the chief engineer, Siebert, that's who I play, he found himself suddenly being the highest ranking man on the ship. He's sort of a mid-level authority, and then all of a sudden everyone else is dead, and he's the guy that they're looking to for guidance and to give orders. And that to me was right off the bat, was a really compelling situation. It was a great character to play, and then from there, I felt like the story of this story and the part of it that's told in the film, it really resonated. It spoke to me about kind of, heroism, leadership, and about kind of, a whole group of men who had never been sort of officers, had never been authorities in any capacity in their life, had to sort of organize themselves and figure out a way to work together so that they could survive. Having these elements of the environment that feel real, that are real, it's helpful, and if I were a much better actor, I could probably just always fake it, but I'm always thrown by how fake stuff is. I hate that feeling. And here, it's actual rain. I'm actually freezing cold. The wind is blasting in your face. And so there's not a lot of acting. You just sort of stand there and you take your punishment and you shout your lines and then you dry off. It's a great job. I hate the ocean. I'm terrified of it. I don't love going. It seems like a big, scary thing, and it really can be in a storm, and so it's hard to capture that on film. Sometimes it just seems like big waves, but this I can really feel it, and I think it's just it's that like technology's gotten so much better and visual effects have gotten better, but also that, and they have brought all of that stuff, the best visual effects, are doing all that stuff, but they've also done as much as they possibly can in the real world. They built a real metal ship that is rocking back and forth. They have these gigantic wind machines and snow machines and rain machines, and you can really feel it, and so I the little bit that I've seen of the movie that they've shot so far, it looks fantastic, and I can't imagine what it's like in 3D, and finally it's a movie that I can take my kids to because that I'm in. Most of the movies I've been in are R-rated for whatever reason, and I play some horrible like murderer or some criminal or someone, and I just don't want them to see me being that way, and this is something where I think like, I want to see it, my wife will want to see it, and my kids will want to see it, and so I'm pretty excited about it. This movie really being about kind of, the heroics of sort of everyday people and what people are really capable of, and how strong they are, and how they don't really know how strong they are until they don't have any other choice but to kind of step up to and use their strength to save their own lives or the lives of other people. And it's not contrived, it's not fictionalized. It's a real story about real people who were in a terrifying situation, and they kind of all came together, and the best of them kind of came out, and they all managed to survive, all but one.